Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well. There's 3 things that you can control during this whole pandemic, and I'm gonna help you.
Before we start, do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's get to it.
When everything is already nice and settled and we're in our groove, here comes another thing to just throw us off completely. And you know what? That's okay. 7 weeks in, we should be kind of in a groove right now, somewhat. Now with the schools saying that they're opening and things opening up a little bit more. I heard Costco, it's not so restrictive. So things are slowly starting to creep into normal, or whatever the new normal is going to be. Because there's definitely 3 things that you can control during whatever situation is. A pandemic, cool, normal days, whatever, okay? You've got this, and I'm gonna help you. So the 3 things you can control is 1, how you start your day. Before everyone wakes up, or even if everybody is woken up and they're doing their own thing, find that time for yourself to organize your thoughts, whether it's through journaling, through meditation, stretching, or even just reading a book and escaping from reality and getting into 20 minutes of reading. Those are things that you can control. What do you do with the first 5 minutes of your morning, the first 10 or 1 hour of your morning, so that you have a hold of how your day is going to be determined from that. Now, the second thing that you can control for sure is how your day ends, the end of the day. So if you didn't do your whole morning routine and the day just shut out and you're just doing your thing and you're running around like a chicken without a head, or just lost, you can control how you end your day. Some people, they turn off their devices an hour before bed, and it's just quiet time, it's disconnect time. I've tried it a couple of times, and I even turned off my phone outside of my room. At one point, there was a rule that I put myself, that I turned off my phone, I plugged it in the kitchen, and then the rest of the evening was off time and connecting with humans, like real humans. And this is before the whole pandemic. So if you haven't tried something like that, I urge you and I encourage you to try it. Off your phone an hour before bedtime, and not even keep it in your room, so that in the morning it's not the first thing you reach out, it's something else that you do, whether it's 2 glasses of water, like you have to get out of your room obviously, but it's not electronics that you're going to, but it's something for yourself that feeds yourself and benefits your body, your health, and your mind. So that's 2. What are you doing at the end of the night to help? So again, journaling, it could be some meditation, it could be just hugging your kids and spending those few extra minutes of hugging and kissing them at night and, talking about your day. So those are super important, and it's all within your control during all of this chaos. Now, the third thing you can control, and I say this often with projects that we're doing, things that are so overwhelming, things that we do that's just too much, I always say, give yourself some grace. And what do I mean by that? Is be kind to yourself, and especially during this time, because a lot of us have never worked at home with additional people in the house, so whether it's your partner, your spouse, all the children, it's a lot to take on, a lot of information in our minds. It's hard to find that space and that time to just do focused work and concentrate. Maybe it's a time right now that this is kind of like a hint or something that can start you on changing your perspective on everything, and maybe giving yourself some grace about your expectations, about maybe, I'm not saying lowering your expectations, but perhaps changing it a little bit. And so for instance, I had the kids doing a whole bunch of their schoolwork, and everything was laid out in a plan. And the first couple of weeks, they were great. We had some minor setbacks, and then the 4th week, it was beautiful, hunky-dory. And then the 5th week, we're going back slowly to being more lazy, or just doing less of the worksheets. And then the house was falling behind a little bit. My work was falling behind. It was crazy. But you know what? This is a very unique situation, and I wasn't beating myself up about it. This is the new reality, and I have to give myself grace and saying, you know what? I'm not superwoman. I'm not super mom. And trying to do all these things for the kids, and then my work is 100% amazing. It's impossible. It's almost impossible unless I have a whole team helping me out. I'm a solo mom here and a entrepreneur. So balancing these 2 things out is a challenge. And I encourage you guys to maybe perhaps change or shift your perspective and your expectations on yourself and on the kids, and saying, you know what? if my goal at the beginning of this whole pandemic was for them to do like 3 hours of work or 2 hours of work, you know what? Let's cut it down a little bit and let's have them work and learn a whole different way. Or have myself, instead of trying to plug in everything at a certain time during the day, maybe space out my work so that I can achieve them in small little chunks. Those little wins will lead to a big win in the long run, in the big picture. Okay. So those are my 3 things, the 3 things that you can control today: what you do and how you start your day, what you do and how do you end your day, and everything in between. Your expectations of yourself, of your schedule, of your goals, and the children, etc., etc. And also your spouse, okay? Because they're home, what's happening? My house is in chaos, okay? Whatever your situation is, do like a quick analysis with your spouse or a family meeting and say, okay, this is how we're going to go about it and what's comfortable for everyone and what's feasible and comfortable for yourself. Okay, because the last person we want to run down right now is you. Definitely you. Without further ado, my new, and I've mentioned this before but didn't really shower you guys with it, is my new service that I'm offering, okay? And because we're all on social distancing and there's not a lot of one-on-one happening right now, which my service was all about, being one-on-one in the person's house and helping them organize their home, people still need that help and that coaching and that guidance. And that's where I come in. Just because I can't be physically in your home, we all have devices, we have laptops, and we have cell phones and tablets. I have a couple of clients that I help online, and although it may not be the same thing physically that I'm there, but I am there with them and coaching them and guiding them. So what am I talking about? Virtual organizing sessions. I'm trying like virtual organizing online. I was getting my O's mixed up. So basically, I'm helping you guys out with your projects, with your minimizing, with your deciding on what to keep, what to toss, what to sell, virtually. I'm there on the phone with you and I'm seeing your stuff just as you're seeing them, and we're talking back and forth and we're bouncing ideas off of each other. I always say it's hard to be deciding on things or having projects on something when your partner or spouse or the people in your home are not even in that mind space at all. So there's a lot of strain or stress in those conversations because some people are not ready to let go of things, or they ask, why do you want to do these things, so sometimes you meet someone on your side cheering you on your team, saying, you know what, it's okay, or perhaps try this angle when you're speaking with them, or bringing it up in this fashion, okay? So someone to help you, guide you, and coach you so that your project and your minimizing and organizing your home is a lot smoother and a lot easier on your mind and your spirit, because you're not alone and you shouldn't be alone doing this, and this is where I come in. I will add the link to my website where you can see all the details of the virtual session that we will have. And it's very customizable, it's very personal. So every person is different. Some clients, they just want like a 15-minute check-in. Some people just want like just texting back and forth, and they show me their progress throughout and I'm there. And other people actually want me visually looking at their things at the same time as them. So I'm there for you for whatever you need, and I hope that I can help you pushing forward for your organizing, because in this place of chaos, by organizing our things, we see a lot more clearer, we feel more productive and lighter. Our brains all of a sudden have room to focus on the more important things. So if this is something that's interesting to you, or if you know someone who could use any of this service at all, please share forward to them, let them know I'm here, and we can chat before anything happens too, and that's not a problem, just because people really want to know what this whole thing is about. So if you go to dianejimenez.com/services, you will see my description of a virtual organizing session with you. So I hope you guys have a great day. That's it. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. My hair is doing this funky thing, but obviously there's stuff that needs to be done here, but I think a lot of us are on the same boat.